Recently, when a Minecraft update was announced, I would try my best to try to avoid spoilers of it. This, I feel, leads to a more satisfying gameplay loop when you figure out everything in the update, completely naturally, not by looking anything up. But it's really hard to not get a spoiler for something, so I thought maybe I should take these spoilers and see what I would make out of them. First of all, we have spears. Now, when I heard they were adding spears, I thought of starve.io. If you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you might remember I made videos on it. But basically, in starve.io, spears are like swords, but they have a longer range, but deal less damage. So I did a similar thing here. They're crafted with 3 sticks and 2 materials, so it's around the same cost as a sword. And it has less damage than a sword, but longer range, and it's faster. This includes blocks, so when you're holding it, you can mine blocks from farther away. It also has this cool texture I made. I think it's pretty nice. And of course, there's a spear of every resource type. Now, these spears have new enchantments. First of all, there's Reach. This one goes up to level 5, and it grants plus 0.1 extra range per level. So it's half a block of extra range at level 5. There's also Venomous. Now what this does is it applies poison to mobs, and the higher the enchantment level, the higher the poison effect and duration is. So if we have level 1, it is guaranteed to only deal poison 1, but at Venomous 4, it always deals poison 2. And the levels in between have a chance of dealing poison 2. Up next we have the Nautilus. I know, absolutely amazing model. Now this is based on Terraria's Dread Nautilus. It's an enemy that attacks you. I've heard more about this and I think it's a mount, but I originally thought it would be an enemy, so I'm keeping that in. Now basically this thing is just a more powerful drowned with a special ability. Okay, I fixed the bug. Now it should work as intended. Yeah, I heard something about pufferfish, so I gave it an attack where it shoots out a pufferfish. Wow, this is like the poison update at this point. And of course, it drops a Nautilus shell for obvious reasons. Now imagine you have a horse. You love the horse, it's your favorite horse ever, and you ride it around everywhere. But then one day, tragedy strikes and your horse dies. Well, at night you might stumble upon a zombie horse, and so of course you kill the rider. You wonder why the rider is so tanky. But eventually you get him, and then you get your horse with the exact same stats, exact same name. It's just a zombie horse now. So basically just a second chance for if your horse dies. Now for this next feature, we're here in the desert where we'll find a skeleton husk. Yeah, I didn't feel like making an actual texture for it. Unlike normal skeletons in the overworld, this one has a melee weapon, and you've got to be careful because if it finds its way to a camel, it is able to ride the camel. Also ignore that debug text there. I forgot to remove it. And it is fast when it's on a camel, and you risk hurting the camel. So yeah, those are my predictions for the features in the next Minecraft update. Now, a lot of these probably aren't gonna be in the actual game, but hey, it's cool to imagine what the updates might look like if I was the designer for them. So now let's see what those features actually are. 1.54 attack speed. That is quite a number. It just seems like a worse sword. A stone spear. What? The stone spear is slower than the wooden one? Interesting. So we can't use it unless the cooldown is full. It's pretty annoying when you barely miss it. I don't know how that got past playtesting. Okay, let's see a copper spear. It's even slower than the stone spear. I don't understand. Why would you ever use a copper spear over a stone spear? There's gotta be some... Oh? I don't like these animations. These animations are too smooth. Are these like Terraria lances where the faster you are, the more damage it deals? I still have no idea what the point of the copper spear is. Whoa. Oh, can it pierce? So far, I do not like spears. They're slow. They're too situational. These spears feel like something that came out of a mod, and not in a good way like the Nether update. Also, look at this spear compared to the other tools. The other tools have a small color palette, and then the spear just has a ton of shading for no reason. The spears might be one of the worst additions as of recent. Why am I holding it like this? I really don't like how I'm holding this thing. It looks wrong. It looks like it came from Gmod or something, not Minecraft. Let's try it on the squid. Oh, look at that, I one-shotted it. What? Look at that! Why did it not work that time? Whoa, this horse is really fast. And it's still not enough to one-shot a skeleton. Wait, no. No, you're not serious. Okay, so because whenever you get on a horse, it plays that animation. Because the spear has this animation, it does that when you ride a horse. Did nobody playtest spears? Well, why? No. Whatever, it's a release candidate, there are bugs. What potion effect is that? Weakness. Okay, that is a bit interesting. I put a saddle on you and... Okay. So we finally have a way to deal 20 damage with the spear. Lunge 3. It just stopped working? Does it really consume hunger? Okay, it does sometimes. Oh, that was saturation. I mean, it's fun, but this isn't Minecraft. So, in conclusion, I don't normally dislike Minecraft updates, but I didn't like this update. The spear, it's too niche, it looks bad, it has bad animations, this enchantment is too good. The Nautilus just eliminates the challenge of water, and it's too easy to just allow you to do that. So since this update is pretty bad, I decided to improve it. So first of all, wood, stone, and copper spears, just get rid of them. Spears are not weapons you should be using at that tier, and adding them to those tiers only confuses the player. Sure, the wood spear may be the fastest, but I think it's worth removing a very niche subclass of an already niche item just to reduce new player confusion. Second of all, notice anything about this spear? Here, I'll slow it down so you can see what's going on. Yeah, you can now attack slightly faster than the attack cooldown shows. This just makes the spear less punishing if your timing is slightly off. Up next, the lunge enchantment. It now comes with a massive 66% attack speed penalty. So now you can only attack once or every 3 times you could attack before. Yeah, this is just too much mobility with barely little downside, so it had to be nerfed. The less punishing attack cooldown should make it a little easier to use. So now that the wood, stone, and copper spears are removed, the iron spear is the fastest one, and it's fairly fast, but it's still pretty slow. And lastly, just remove the Nautilus breath. I don't know why it was added. I think it would be a lot more interesting if you still had to actually, manage your breath meter. I don't think there's a way to get rid of it with a data pack, so just pretend it's gone. Go ahead and tell me in the comments who did this update better, me or Mojang. And until next time, goodbye. I don't usually dislike Minecraft updates, but I didn't like this